Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Friday's What Map. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, Friday, therefore, it's Creator Request Day. We do that on Fridays and Tuesdays now, you know. It's Monique by Karose, or possibly Karose. I'm going with Karose because that's how it works for me. If I got your name wrong, I'm sorry. Right, start square, river runs through it, highway connection, not really much more to add, but look at those roads, can you see them, the grid? It'll make sense later, or not make sense. Resources I like, the Springwood theme doesn't work for me with these resources, but you'll see that when we get into the show. The Steam Workshop, you need network extensions 2, generic tree pack and ultra low trees. Other than that, just a little message to read, and it's very nice to read, thank you. Highway connections. Now, highways are mostly dual carriageways, and for that I like it, but the traffic flow might not. But that road over there, that's going to dictate the map, because that is part of a grid that outlines each of the tiles, but not all of the tiles, most of the tiles. And I don't know why. I do not know why. I don't understand. I'm not going to pretend to understand. It's different, it defines the map. Unfortunately, a map that is defined by an unusual road network, it gets remembered for the wrong things, maybe? Right, here is our first junction. We've got dual carriageways running into national roads. There's a shortcut being put across there to cut the corner, and none of the traffic is taking it. And then over here we've got a bend, nice bend. All the traffic's running to a stop though before it moves on. That's killing the traffic flow as well. The road itself is built on a slope also. And then we've got this right angled turn, which is the corner of the tile. Not the only time we'll see that in the entire map, and I don't understand. And also you probably noticed the resources was like a muddy stain down the middle there. We'll talk about those a little bit later on, because we're looking at the road at the moment, which has gone from single to dual carriageway type thing with a central white line. The traffic's changing directions. Now this isn't the most effective junction. We've got traffic turning across lanes, and this is fine at the moment. I imagine once the city starts building, this will become a deadlock. I'm guessing, I don't know. National highway, national road again, sorry, national highway. What am I talking about? I have no idea. Boring, yeah. Promise you though, if things get too boring, I'll liven things up with something, maybe a bit of singing. Now I like the way that that doesn't connect, because that will stop the traffic from taking shortcuts. Why the road is there in the first place, I don't know, but it doesn't connect, which means that there is no shortcutting going on there. You saw the muddy ground again. That was the resources. Like I say, the resources, the Springwood theme, I kind of like it, but like I say, the resources are very muddy and dirty looking, and look like a bit of a stain on the environment. The ground's pretty flat, a little bit of a divot in the road there, but not too bad, within tolerance. If you're in real life there, you wouldn't really notice it too much. This bridge looks too low, but it's not. You can get a truck under there very easily. I'm not going to show you, just take my word for it. And then up here we're going to take a right, because straight on is boring, and taking the right runs parallel with the highway, and we'll go over another bit of those resources, and you'll see muddy looking and just odd. Very, I mean, it's a personal thing. I don't like the Springwood theme that much. The green colours I love. Oh, now this custom road type effect here, I like this. Okay, 2 on one side, 1 on the other side, and it just looks really good. Very, very nice. And then the highlight of the whole map for me is this intersection. I like this. Once again, will it handle the amount of traffic flow when everything gets dirty? What with junctions rather than sort of like feeder lanes? I don't know. But the way this splits looks really, really good. And then over here, like I say, we've got the proper intersection going on here, which will cause traffic flow problems, I would imagine. And then under the bridge here, this flows around once again, 2 on one on the other side, like it. And nice road splitting on the end there as well, liking that. Oh, a little bit of mantle showing through under the underside of that bridge. Can you see a little bit of the I say mantle, it's probably sea, but you know, it looks like the Earth's glowing mantle. Right, this all works for me apart from one little thing though. This tree, I don't like the way it's growing out the side of that embankment. It looks rocky, that embankment, and I got a feeling that if a tree started growing out of there, it would have been weeded down by the highways department. You know, maybe you get a small shrub or a small bush. See, that one I can believe. That's kind of almost getting into the soil at the top. And on this side, yes, all these are growing out the side of that rocky kind of looking face, but they're hiding themselves by doing it, by clustering. Whereas this one, on his own, exposed to the elements, I'm surprised if he would have got that much of a grip on the side there. Now, I've said this before, and people have commented, you see trees growing out of funny places all the time, and it's true. And when you do, you look at it and you go, what the heck? Yes, what the heck moments draw away from a map. If you're looking at a map, you're, you know, do I want to build on this? Is it good for my city? You don't want odd looking trees distracting unless it is there for effect. Now, if it's there for effect, I'll give you it. I'll bow for it. I'll go, wow, look at this. It's been deliberately done. That to me looked like it being tree brushed down or randomly just plopped. Didn't do anything for me. This doesn't do anything for me either. Look at it. Once again, traffic having to slow down for its you know, oncoming traffic the other directions, and it's just already a little bit of a problem going on there. National roads. I don't have a problem with national roads as a main highway. It's just obviously the weight of traffic it can carry, and this map itself could indeed host a huge city. It's very flat. We're going road splitting here is very nice as well. Look at that, beautifully done. There are some bits on this map that are outstanding. There really are. Just some of it, I don't know, just leaves a little to be desired. Let's have a look at the rail. Now, the rail should be pretty good, shouldn't it? Because it's a very flat map. And because it's a flat map, there shouldn't be too much to contend with. Let's follow it along and have a look, shall we? Level crossings. I like to see them. Obviously, not too much in the city centres, because that's going to kill traffic. But out here in the sticks, yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, so this is the one rail line. Well, I'll say the one, it does split, it does become two at some point, I do, if I remember rightly. This is boring. I'm going to start singing soon. Pull out me song sheets. No, oh no, fortunately we've got a road, that's okay. That's it. Right, yes, so anyway, this map, Monique, does remind me of my friends Des and Monique. They went on holiday to the Bahamas last year, and they brought me back. Actually, they didn't bring me back anything because they don't like me. I call them my friends. They're actually people that have blocked me on Facebook. But that's a different story altogether. Right, so we're going across the rivers and heading off. Yeah, I'm having to ad-lib here because there's not that much to talk about. This map is fairly featureless. And like I say, it's defined by that grid of roads, which is bizarre. Now here's that split I was talking about. Okay, we could go off to the left, and we'll get to the edge of the map pretty quickly. But I want this show to be longer than 2 minutes long, so we're going to go this way because it's a slightly longer route. Across another bridge. I'm not stopping to look at these bridges because they are simple, drawn across from level to level, and a 2-year-old could have done them. Little dead end there, I have no problem with that. Probably where your docks would be, I would imagine, actually. Okay, and now we're just feeding through slightly bumpy environment. The rail could have been slightly smoothed out there, but once again, not too much to grumble about, to be honest with you. We're heading up now towards the fog. As you can see the fog in the distance. We're still away from it, which means we've got time to prepare ourselves and get ourselves ready for what has to be the asset review of the day. The best asset we are going to see into this map is so beige, isn't it? Grief. Come on, let's get to the fog. Get to the fog already. I want an asset review. Hurry up. Oh, thank goodness for that. Right, CushyCrux, you can rely on them. Integrity Town Museum CC, CushyCrux. Now, normally I'd slip this into the quirky assets. It's not that quirky. I just thought it was an interesting looking building. Very nicely done. Once again, high standards from Cushy. Well done. You are a star, my friend. And this, I don't know what to say really, apart from it's just a nice piece of modern architecture. And as museums go, I think it should get a lot of attention from the residents of Assetville if it's there long enough to visit. Integrity Town Museum CC by CushyCrux, today's asset of the day. Which means we can go back to the exciting world of Des Monique. Shipping routes. There is a shipping route, actually. Not a very long one. It stops there, which is not very long and probably doesn't even reach the 25 tiles. I've not checked exactly. It might just get into the 25 tiles. Down here, though, if we go down to river level, right, your docks have got to be along here somewhere. Look at the height of the banks, though. This is kind of accessible here. But you're going to have to do terraforming because the rest of it is really high, curved, unrealistic banks, and I'm sorry, this is probably the ugliest part of the map. And we've got to build our docks here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. Okay. Water flow. Well, we saw the water was flowing, so we can't grumble too much there. And if we follow this all the way up to the top, you will see, not surprisingly, it's good water flow, and I will give credit for that. All the way to the top. Well done, Karose. The amount of times we see poor water flow, that's good. Now from this overview, you can see the resources are quite clearly defined by the muddiness. I'm not sure if you like that. You may not. Certainly helps the vanilla player, I guess, as might do the road grid network. Now, I'm coming down just looking at the detailing now, but there's not really that much to see in terms of detailing because the riverbanks are vanilla and we've got the terrain's okay. And I'm running out of things to say, so let's find something exciting to show you. Exciting? How about a little bit of me making a killer save in Rocket League? Here we go. Got it. See that? There you go. That was exciting. Which means map. Okay, right. Let's find somewhere. Let's find somewhere to stop, and somewhere itastic, somewhere visionary. So perfect. This road defines the map. We'll go with this. Aesthetically, it's not ugly. It just doesn't have anything. So I'm going right down the middle with a 3. Okay. Detailing pretty much the same. There's one or two bits like those riverbanks down by the docks area were too high, but the junctions are okay, but they're a little bit tricky for traffic flow. Down the middle of a 3 there. Gameplay potential, it has issues, this map, I'm afraid, and for that I can't quite give the 3. It's a very high scoring 2 out of 5 for gameplay potential. Des Monique by Karose failed by its own road network, I'm afraid, and that is that. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the last one of the week. We're getting close to Christmas specials and all that. Are you excited about Christmas? Are you? No, me neither. I'm getting old. Why would I be excited? But thanks anyway. Join me again tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day.